Good to see you again.
Absolutely wonderful, Shiv. Nice to see you and welcome everyone to our Careers Chat podcast. Today we're going to deep dive into careers resilience. Talk a little bit more about what career resilience is.
Yeah, because I think people often assume I've got this master's, I've got this degree, I've got this fantastic work experience, I'm just going to walk straight into the job. They do a fantastic preparation for an interview for assessment centres, and then they don't get the job. And they get that feedback. You were really great. You told us this, you did this, you explained that. Unfortunately, there was someone with more experience, more knowledge, and we gave the job to them. And you see people feeling like,
Yeah,
And
this is really hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
And how you deal with handling those rejections,
Yeah.
which inevitably will come. We've all faced them once, twice, many times. But how you get the confidence and really the will to keep going and apply for the next job. And
build that resilience.
Yeah,
Build that resilience, because I think sometimes when we take time to reflect, the natural instinct is to brush it away and try and think about something else. But I think if you reflect on what it is that held you back from getting that job, it can really help you in the next interview that you have. And it's kind of this, I always say, there's no such thing as perfect. If you start thinking there's a perfect career, that I will do this and then I'll do that and it will all be lovely, you have to have rain in the garden as well as the sunshine. What you do in the rain is you go inside and you reflect on what it is you want to achieve, what you have done, what worked well, what didn't work well. Take on that constructive criticism where it's offered.
Yeah, that's one of the issues that people face, that we apply for jobs, but you never get feedback on how you performed or what actually stopped you from getting the job.
Mm.
So how can you ask for this constructive feedback? What's the best way to approach this issue?
I think if you aren't getting past the application stage, then my advice would be to speak to somebody like the job search advisors at Warwick or a careers consultant and just say, I'm not getting to interview because there's something going on at that stage that you need to unlock. So I spoke to a student recently who was saying, was really upset about it because she put so much pressure on herself to get a job now the master's was coming to an end. So my first question was, when you apply, do you tailor the CV to the job? And she's just started laughing. And I went, I know the answer to this question. It's a no, isn't it? And she went, yeah. She goes, I just think, I haven't got enough time and I want to make so many applications. I said, well, that's where you're falling down. The first thing you need to realise is you need to tailor. You need to tell them what they need to know.
Yes, but at the same time, Shiv, everyone is so busy.
Yeah.
They have assignments, dissertations. How many times can you tailor your CV? You're applying for 100 jobs. Do you tailor it 100 times?
You don't apply for 100 jobs is my advice. What you do is you focus on the ones you really want and you take the time. Yeah, it is. I'm not lying and saying, it's a walk in the park and it won't take too long. It will get easier as you get used to tailoring a covering letter, tailoring the CV. But if you apply the logic of I'm applying to 100 jobs, so I can't tailor my CV completely. All you're doing is wasting those 100 applications and wasting your time and building up your frustration. So be realistic in what you can achieve. It's like saying to somebody, okay, you've got a week to redecorate this entire house. You've got to paint everything. You've got to carpet everything. You go, don't be crazy. I can't do it all in one go. No, take your time. Get to know yourself. Understand who you are and the skills you have and the experiences you have. And that reflection helps build a really strong application. The number of people who come out of an interview or have sent off an application and suddenly said, I could have included this, couldn't I?
Yeah, it's always, thinking after that. You've done it. But I think you also need to be realistic, isn't it? 100 jobs, so just be aware of your abilities, skills, interests, but also what's happening out there in the
Know your
market.
industry. Be commercially aware, because that's how you're going to answer a motivational question. When you understand what makes that company more suitable to you. And don't apply for your dream job first. Have a practice application, practice on someone else, and then do the dream job. And do talk about your motivation. And understand that you are going to have setbacks. Sometimes we go for an interview and we really desperately want the job and we don't get it and we're really upset and frustrated. And then a month later, we see another job, we go for the interview, we get it, and we think, well, if I'd got that one, I wouldn't have had a chance to go for this one. And actually, this one is exactly what I need. Sometimes it's not what you want, it's what you need. And it comes from that self-awareness, that reflection, that understanding of who you are and what you want.
I'm also thinking that sometimes once you're in the job, you can tailor it to what you want to do. Some jobs allow you this flexibility. So on the job description, you might have something written down. But obviously, if you show initiative, if you show additional skills, you can take on new projects, you can be involved in other things the company deals with. So I think you need to be able to remain flexible as well. Take the opportunity and then just flex around so you actually enjoy whatever job you do.
Definitely. I think if you've got flexibility, you're developing that resilience muscle in your career. And I think that's really key. And I think the other thing is, and I sound like a broken record here because I say this to everybody I come across, I'll say, give yourself an hour a week when you check in with your LinkedIn, when you update your CV, it might be a particular project that you're working on, and you include that.
Do you do that?
I do, yeah. I do it on my LinkedIn.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good. No, I don't. I'm guilty of that. I don't do it. But we advise you guys, you do it.
You do it, and you get involved in that, and that way it becomes less of a hassle when you come to do that next application. That's my tip.
Okay, my tip is just be flexible, just take the opportunity and grow with it. I feel that every job you do, every career path you take, you can learn, you can grow, and then see how it will take you to the next one. I don't see the careers a ladder you climb up all the time. You just go, people use squiggly career term. You can go around, do different things, but just learn and grow.
Definitely, I think that's really good advice.
Okay, so I think. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank
lovely
you.
Talking to you, and thank you for listening to our careers chat. And see you next time.
Bye.
Talk to you next time.